out there. I'm Anders Thompson, one of the three co-founders here at SlideHub, and I'm happy to present this month's product update. This month we have a number of different things. We have some improvements to the AI experience. We have some new ways you can use icon colors in SlideHub. And then we also happy to present our new email signature feature. And then last but not least, one of my colleagues will give you a tip of the month with the different ways you can use Smarter in your day-to-day basis. One of the things we spent quite a bit of time on this month was to improve the text-to-slide beta experience. This included the better handling of text links. So in the past, we saw sometimes the slide would have too much text compared to the available space. We also improved the way sources, when doing external searches, would be presented in the slide. Then we improved the image quality. So in the past, we have a tendency that the image quality was a little bit pixelated, so that's improved now. In general, we made some in different ways, sort of in the backend that should make it more stable and avoid some of these occasional errors. And then for cases where we have long words with limited space, we automatically added heightlens to the text to make them present better. So that's all behind the scenes stuff. If we look at some of the more sort of direct changes to the experience of the AI, one thing we added this month was this idea of layout types. So why did we actually do this? So the idea with the layout types is that not all slide designs are equally matching to the content of a given piece of text or a piece of content. So for example, if you're presenting a funnel of some sort, that is like, naturally you want a different design for that than if you're doing a comparison between two different items. And before, we didn't actually take that into consideration when showing the layout options, but we're doing that now. So now you'll start seeing these different layout categories. Another thing we've done is that we allow you as the user to select the type of layout category. So because the AI is never perfect, you now have the ability to specify the correct layout type yourself, so that you are sure you find the layout type that matches your intent with the slide. Let's have a look. So in this case, I am sitting in the text-to-slides beta here, and I want to create a slide that's intended to presenting for audience, which outlines the order of business today. Today's order of business, number 1, create product up, review product roadmap. Just CRM system for new data properties. So this is the same as before. You're also going to see that the AI then evaluates the input. But where the new thing come in is that now you will see that the system then suggested this falls into the bullet point category. You can see how here are the different types of categories that's available. We're still building layouts to match within all categories, but you can then see this is what the AI sort of suggested that this was. In this case, it follows an agenda slide, where you have this indication here. But since we don't have any agendas, it just took the bullet points as sort of a fallback option. You can see here, it thinks this is actually a 2 bullet point item, but as we know, I should put in 3 items in, so I can go in and adjust that. And then I can find a that I think is appropriate. I can just click generate. And then in this way, I get a little bit more control over the experience as a user. As you can see, it's still, a beta. There's a lot of things we need to make better, still related to this new type of layout feature. There's the layout types, a lot of more improvements coming, a lot more designs coming, but I think we now have the foundation in place for expanding upon this a lot more. All right. The next thing I want to show is the ability to change the color of icons, and specifically the ability to use gradient colors. So for a long time, you have the ability inside Hub to go in and change the color of the icons being inserted, so you don't manually have to do it yourself. So like here, I can pick a color, I can insert an icon, it will then be changed. The same thing I can also do for gradients. I can actually do this while I was replacing the icon directly. So in case I want to go in, now I'm inserting it, but instead of replace, I go in here. And let's say I want a gradient color to be added here. I'll find the standard icons, line icon, pick a new color here. So let's do something that looks funny here. I can go and determine the direction of the gradient. So you can see it change a little bit over here. And then I go back, and then when I insert the icon now, you can see it applies the gradient to the icon automatically. The icon will, you know, remember the color setting. So whatever I had the last time be saved. So when going in here, you see it's still there. So we do something bar, expensive bar, it goes in and it applies automatically. Yeah, so that's how it works. It gives you a lot more freedom to have more creative icon styles in your frame palette. The next thing I want to present is our new email signature feature. So, as some of you might know, we had a next add-in for Outlook for quite a long time. We also had the ability to have personal placeholders to be used in Word documents and slides. Now we're sort of combining those two things in a ability to have a consistent email signature across the organization. The way it works is that whenever you start, if everything's configured from the end user perspective, whenever you start your email, the default company email will then be pulled in automatically. It works on, web, desktop, mobile devices, and so forth. So you will always be able to see the email before sending something out. The first time a user sees this, if some of the information is not in the system yet in order for it to be populated, you'll have a notification where they can go in and change this. So for example, I can go in and say, I actually want my bill to look like this, and click save the info. I can insert the signature, and you can see it then becomes inserted in the right way.
Hey there, this is Luke. I'm a customer success manager here at SlideHub, and today I was going to show you how to use your company colors on icons. So icons that you can take off the shelf from SlideHub but have in your chosen company color. So as you may know, right now we're in Acme Logistics, which is a demo company. If I go to take an inspiration slide, if I just take this one here, for example, it would adjust and insert because the company colors, font, and layout has been set up. But let's say, if we just took a new slide, so I've got a blank one here, and then I wanted to start adding icons, or to a pre-existing slide and I wanted to start adding icons, I can go to this part of the SlideHub dashboard, the third one down, icons, flags, and logos. Here are, images of basically your own company library. But if you wanted to use SlideHub's off-the-shelf ones, you can go here. And then up at the top right, you'll see something called color settings. If we click on this, you'll see here is the company master and the palette that has been built into the account. And I can choose a shade for the company colors. So I can take this one, for example, and I could even apply gradients as well. So I could, these are the two standard ones that are chosen, like orange to black, or I can have, as it was before, no color adjustments. If we just take the solid color and I take this shade, this means when I go to insert, let's say we insert these three, or, you can also search and insert Jess, for example, can look in here, and then these are now in the chosen company color. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope you have a nice day.
All right, that was everything for this month. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to giving you another update next month. Have a wonderful February. Take care. Bye bye.